It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. What a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking of getting the ball, getting your script, running your plays. Instead, Greg, it is a fumble lost on the opening kickoff.
It's just absolutely the most disastrous beginning of a game you could possibly dream up. And what you do now, Mike, is not only does the other team get the ball, you send your defense out there early in this game and force them to have to defend a short field right away.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. Travis Kelce. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and
nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Travis Kelce, the intended target. Now it's going to be third down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
He's got it at the 7, and he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Mahomes going to keep it on a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. And in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He finds De'Ami Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
That's going to be pulled in by Brown. And he's into the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Commanders.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Hey, dribble it. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At their 48-yard line.
On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
A big hole. And he will score. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
Okay, great.
1st and 10.
Got it.
Play action. Here's Daniels. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
79 Broncos.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Here we go. Here we go.
The tight end Ertz in motion. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Ready?
Throwing again, Daniels. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And it's a gain of 19 to the 19-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that. But it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Yeah.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
A run, it's P-Run. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Mahomes. He'll take a shot downfield for Kelce. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On comes the Chiefs punter. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. Oh, a miss hit there off the side of his foot. And we will not have a return on this one. Ball's going to hit and continue out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. Seibert's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here at Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Open man downfield. It's Rice. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to take this all the way home. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. To the right side here. Pass is caught. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On play action, Daniels. Open man downfield is Brown. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
That one complete to Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. And he'll take it on in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Dixie Maverick. Dixie Maverick.
Daniels going to throw again. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Attack, attack! Hey, 43.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Yellow.
A give here to Pacheco. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Butker's extra point is good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Washington first down.
Ready? 19 tight, 19 tight.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Chamari Connor. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Second and a yard. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
This is first and 10.
Come on.
To throw is Daniels. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They face second down and 7. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
At the 21-yard line.
A run up the middle with Pacheco.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
A loss of 10 yards brings up.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson, and our terrific team behind the scenes. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Perine. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right. And I think the ball's out. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. 6-0 our score after one.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Eagles 6.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. He's got space past the 25. And they will finally get him down at the 28. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Keeps himself upright. Steps away to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover. His guys will get the football back.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do, is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't. But for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll hand it to Pirine. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Mahomes now to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 26 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 9-6. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second and 10.
Great, set.
They'll set up a throw. Complete, it's Dodson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Second and 14. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Call call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
From the 25 on second down. Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Milton Williams just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run here with Pacheco. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Pacheco once more. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Pacheco. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Oh, they're changing this at the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. They keep it with Barkley on first down. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is intercepted. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Yes, down by a touchdown. They needed a big play here quickly, and they got one. And now, plenty of time. No need to panic, but you do need to move quickly.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Just a critical breakdown defensively turns this into a huge play. And now you've got to get up to the ball and get moving.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Flush to his right. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Hurts will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed. So they're unable to stretch it to a 4-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because the field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for two. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.